Hi everyone, thank you for joining today to my session and giving me the opportunity to share with you some of the future ready skills programs offered by Microsoft. During the session, I'm going to go through some of the programs, run some demos, as well as share with you the strategy and some statistics. I would like to start by introducing myself. My name is Samih Ajrouch. I'm the Future Ready Skills Manager from Microsoft covering Middle East and Africa. I have more than 20 years of experience from academic institutions as well as healthcare, and my main role here at Microsoft is basically to provide the added value services and help educators and students to leverage our technology in their learning as well in their teaching journey. So the agenda for today is gonna be, I'm gonna go over what is Future Ready Skills programs, an overview on the different programs that we are offering, how Azure DevTools for teaching is playing a major role in the institutions, what is the student's learning path, what is Microsoft Imagine Academy programs and what are the certifications associated with it, the role of Azure in the higher education, an overview about MS Learn as well as Microsoft Learn and for Educator institutional program. So at a high level, Microsoft, we basically work under a framework called Educational Transformation Framework, which tackles the four main pillars of the academic institution, starting by the student success, secure connected campus, academic research, and teaching and learning. And our scope for today is basically the Future Ready Skills programs that is part of the teaching and learning main pillar. So we at Microsoft basically work at all levels of education, starting from the primary, secondary, and the higher ed. And the main idea or the main maturity behind this strategy is that we believe that introducing students to the technology at an earlier ages, it will not just help them to better decide which major they would like to enroll in when they reach the university, it will also help them to become more employable in the future. So why Microsoft is doing this? Basically, according to our studies, there are going to be 149 million new jobs by 2025. And these jobs are distributed as the follow. So there are going to be 1 million job in the privacy and trust, 6 million in cybersecurity, 20 million data analysts, 23 million cloud and data roles, and 98 millions in software development. So this is a huge number that we believe the market is not ready yet to handle this amount of job requirements. On another study published by McKinsey, employers are more interested to hire people who have higher cognitive skills, social and emotional skills, as well as technological skills. And they're going to be less interested to hire people who have physical and manual skills, as well as basic and cognitive skills. So how Microsoft is contributing to this challenge? Basically, we are providing large number of services that we offer to the academic institutions, and most of these services are basically provided free of charge. And the main idea behind providing these services and make it available to any academic institution is that we believe that these are the main pillar for any institutions to become a future-ready institutions. And our programs target different audience within the institution, starting from the higher ed student body, faculty, institution, as well as the IT staff. So the program list provided basically is targeting, as I mentioned, different audience within an institution. The institution itself, the IT or the faculty or the IT staff, the higher ed students, and the faculty who basically are enrolled in teaching certain courses. Some of these programs are already enrolled and any institutions can benefit from. For example, the Microsoft Imagine Academy is a program where we used to sell it before, and now it is available free of charge for any institutions, where any educator can go and leverage the service to download and to use our teaching materials within their official curriculum. For the students, we are also offering of services. Some of them are provided free of charge, and some of them are self-initiatives. For example, the Azure for Students program is a program where it will allow any students to access our cloud platform and providing them with free credits where they can go and do their homework or perform some work on some projects during their learning journey. So how Microsoft is doing this and on which platform? We basically have four main platforms on which we deliver what we are offering. The first platform is where we are hosting all our teaching materials, where any educators can go and extract these teaching materials to use it in his teaching journey. And this is hosted on Microsoft Imagine Academy and on Microsoft Learn for Education institutional program. The second area is where are we putting or where are we granting access for students and educators to go and learn. We have the Microsoft Learn, where this is a public service. Anyone can go and register. And we have the LinkedIn Learning. And where the students or the educator can go and practice what he or she learning. We are offering Azure in Education and GitHub, and finally our complete set of certifications, which I'm going to go through in details in the next slides. So Microsoft Imagine Academy is a free program now, benefit for all customers. Any university can go and activate this service, and we basically offer learning materials in four main areas: computer science, infrastructure, data science, and productivity. In terms of learning path, we can see that each of the learning path has different courses. For example, if we take the data science, where usually students coming from business schools are more interested to enroll in these courses or to learn about these different topics. For example, here we are offering teaching materials related to what is a database, what is the difference between non-relational and relational database, how they can use Excel to visualize the data, and so on and so forth. While if we take the computer science learning path, where students coming from the computer science department or engineering would be more interested in this learning path, we are offering more technical learning materials where the educator basically can go and download courses related to introduction to Python, how to program using HTML, what are the basically what is software development fundamentals, and so on and so forth. On the productivity level, this includes all our main productivity programs such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and this is mainly targeting students who are newly joining the institutions, or this can be also as part of the onboarding process for the HR department, where they basically train their new staff or the new hires on some of our productivity tools to use it more efficiently and effectively. And finally, our IT infrastructure or cloud services, where people from IT department would be more interested in this area. So the deliverables of the materials or the course materials that you can download from Microsoft Imagine Academy, it comes in different formats. One of them is OneNote, which is our recommended format to use in the class. And the main benefit of this format is basically it can be shared from centralized location and students or across staff to the content material. And the main difference between them is that basically fundamental, it doesn't require any prerequisite or technical backgrounds to enroll in these courses, while the role-based certifications are more targeting people coming from just your IT staff, students in the third and fourth years in engineering or computer science. And we are offering these certifications on 4 main areas: the Azure, the Microsoft 365, the Dynamics 365, our business ERP system, and the Power Platforms, where people coming from business backgrounds or even students who are more interested in robotics, they can leverage these type of certifications to basically help them to be exposed more on certain topics. And again, we have 3 main levels: the fundamental as well as the role-based, and we are introducing newly a new certifications related to security. So in a more holistic view, we are providing these certifications in our 3 cloud pillars: the Azure, the modern workplace, and the business application, where on Azure, all related courses or courses related to application and infrastructure, data and artificial intelligence, while the modern workplace, all courses related to, or certifications related to Microsoft 365, Teams and Windows. And finally, our business application, where all our ERP system or Dynamic 365 portfolio exists. In addition to our fundamental course or basically productivity certifications for Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and OneNote. So how Microsoft is delivering all this and where basically it's being delivered. We are providing this in 3 main areas. The first area is the Azure for Students, where anyone can go and practice what he or she learning as part of the official curriculum or as part of our Microsoft curriculum. The second area is which tool they can use. We are offering also access to our Azure DevTools for teaching, where they can download many programs that will help them to develop, such as Visual Studio, Azure DevOps, and so on and so forth. And finally, we are providing a service, the Azure for Lab service, where any educator can, as of today, can start leveraging this service or using the service to provision lab machines for his students. Now, it's a fact that most of the educators struggled when it comes to preparing the lab, the physical lab within an institution. This might take 1 week or 2 weeks to be ready. With this service, the educator can provision this machine on his own, and this is a pay-as-you-go service. So provisioning process will take like 10 minutes. For example, if an educator is teaching a cloud computing course and he would like to give virtual machines to her students to go and run some Visual Studio coding or some development on any language, he can provision these virtual machines directly from his teams and assign it to his students. And the machines will be available for the students at any place and at any time, and can be accessible from any device. So this is a great service for institutions who didn't have their students back to campus so far. And most importantly, this is a pay-as-you-go service. So the institution doesn't have to pay upfront a huge investment in buying or building a physical lab. They can just use it as a pay-as-you-go service. And most importantly, again, is that some of these machines can be equipped with the GPU capabilities. So really, the professor can assign heavy load machines for his students. So Azure for Students is a program targeting students from different institutions where anyone above age 18 can basically go and redeem a $100 Azure credits, have access to 25 free Azure services and 14 developer tools, as well as access to a complete set of library for learning path. Now, activating this service, it doesn't require any credit card. All what the students, he or she needs is a valid school accounts where they can go and activate the service. Another program that we are offering for students and educators is Azure DevTools for teaching, where they have access to 100 free developer tools such as Visual Studio, Azure DevTools, access to a complete set of library for learning path, and option to redeem the 100 Azure credit dollars as part of students Azure for Students. This is some of the programs that you can start, download and use, and use it within your learning or teaching journey. For example, Visual Studio Code, Azure DevTools, and a complete list. This is an example on how other institutions are leveraging this service. For example, University of Massachusetts published on their website that any students or educator enrolled in any STEAM courses can go and download the Azure DevTools free of charge from our main website. And we have the MS Learn platform where all our learning or self-paced learning are available for you to start exploring it. In the next slide, I'm going to run a short video just to give you more idea on what is this program. And in the slide after, I will run a short demo to show you what the students or the educator will expect when he or she goes and use this service.
As students, you're told the best way to find a career path is to follow your interests. What issues motivate you? What gives you hope? Who will inspire the next great discovery? Once you find where your path starts, we're here to help you cross the finish line. Microsoft Learn is a place for secondary school and higher education students to develop skills for the future, where you can gain a deeper understanding of AI or cloud computing and get hands-on with coding technologies. It's a place to gain real-world experience, prepare for future careers, and use your tech skills for social good. Because at Microsoft, we believe the power to change the world is in your hands. So, what are you waiting for? Find your path to making a difference on Microsoft Learn.
And in the next slide, I'm going to share with you a quick demo on how students or a learner can go and access the MS Learn portal and what they will see there. Here we can see that the students is browsing our catalog. He can filter by role or by level or even by type. And in this case, the students is interested to attend the Azure Fundamental course learning path, which is a complete learning path that includes multiple modules. Each module has different topics, and each module include text-based, where he or she can go and read video to visualize what he or she is learning, similar to what we are seeing here. And most importantly, we are providing them with a sandbox or an area where they can go and practice what they are learning as part of this course. Here we can see that we are guiding the students to go to our cloud platform to create a web app as part of the course. Once he accesses it, he can go back to the MS Learn course to follow the steps in the course. It's, as you can see, it's totally transparent, fully interactive, and available free of charge. So the students will not consume any credits as part of the sandbox. This is provided as part of the course deliverables. So in a more holistic view, the course structured are a learning path is a combination of different modules. Each module has different chapters. So the educator can select or pick any of the modules or any of the chapters to give to the students, and it has a time for each chapter. So the educator will know ahead of time how much time is required for the students to complete a chapter. In this example, we see that the Azure AI Artificial Intelligent Engineer course, the total for it is 10 hours, and there are 5 modules for this course, and each module has different chapters. So as you can see, you can either decide to provide the complete course for your students, or you can select and pick any of the interesting topic for you to share with your students. And as part of the course deliverables, we are providing a complete roadmap or a complete learning path for each of the certifications or each of the courses. Here we can see that for the Azure Data Fundamental course, the students have the option to whether take it through an instructor-led training, or you can provide your students with the modules required to be completed for students to go and sit for this exam or to become expert in this TP 900 course. And as part of our integration, we received many requests from institutions that they would love to have our catalog as part of their LMS. So what we have done is we are providing the institutions with the API connectivity where they can establish the connection between your local LMS and our MS Learn and extract our MS Learn catalog and put it or inject it within your LMS portal. So here we can see whether it is Moodle, Canvas, or Blackboard. We support all LMS platforms. And here we can see that University of Oxford have decided to, or what we did is we have created a case study with University of Oxford just to share it with the customer. At a high level and from the architectural point of view, this is a quite simple integration. All what you need to do is to have a connectivity between your LMS and our MS Learn through an API, which and it will also it is also part of Microsoft Azure service, and the catalog will be available within your LMS. Now, the benefits that you will be getting out of this integration is that the educator will be able to assign the courses or the modules directly to his students from within LMS. So the students doesn't basically have to go to our MS Learn to go and search for the course that he's or she interested in. They can just consume it directly from your LMS platform. For the educator, desk will be able to track the student's activity. As our these materials within, because we all agree that modifying an existing curriculum is a complex process. So what we are doing here, we are engaging or we are connecting with the educators to train them on our 4 main fundamental courses, where they can use these course materials to deliver or to use it within their teaching journey. So the agreement will allow the educator to have access to our teaching materials, PowerPoint, ebooks, We will also provide the educators with the free certifications where they can go and do the exams online, as well as free practice exams where they can go and practice the exam before they sit for the official one. And most importantly is that we will work with the educators to help them integrate our course content with within their official course curriculum. This program is is by nomination. So what we usually do, we engage with the institution, we nominate the institution to enroll in this program, and someone from our end will contact the educators from within the institution and guide them on the onboarding process and granting them access to all our teaching materials related to these 4 fundamental courses. And since we believe that the students are more interested or have equal interest to acquire industry recognized certifications as well as to their official degree from the university, we are offering a 90% discount on our certifications portfolio for all your students. Here you can see that you can buy a 500 voucher for as low as $4,000. This is less than $8 per voucher. For the same voucher, the students will have to pay like $90 for it if he decided to go and buy it directly from the internet. And different institutions are approaching this in a different way. So some institutions are making this certification part of the official learning journey of the students. So for example, students who are enrolled in the 1st and 2nd years of in computer science, they are required to complete at least 2 certifications per academic year, while other institutions are keeping it as an optional for the students. And this program would basically give you the flexibility to use these vouchers the way you want. So you can either buy these vouchers and selling it, giving it back for free for your students, or you can buy these vouchers and selling it back at a cost, or you can selling it back with a slightly amount of dollar just to cover your operational expenses. In all means, students will definitely benefit from the huge discount that you are offering as part of this certifications offering. And finally, we have our student ambassador program, where it will expose your students to your to become or to connect with different students from different institutions, and it will also provide them with some benefits once they got approved or they got accepted to enroll in this program. For example, here we can see that the students ambassador who will enroll in the alpha level program, he will have like $150 monthly Azure credits to do some hackathons, to do his homework, to create small projects in group, as well as access to learning, LinkedIn Learning, and we will providing them with free vouchers as well. And for the beta, which is the 2nd level, in addition to what he will get from the alpha program, he will get additional benefits such as access to Ambassador Summit. And finally, the gold, which is the highest level of this program, students will become a Microsoft MVP. They will practice in our leadership opportunities, engage in our TAP programs, and so on and so forth. And finally, Microsoft is putting all this in some sort of agreement. We call a short shared goal agreement, where we sign it with the institutions on the programs that the institution is interested in. And this is a non-binding agreement, but this will help us to put a roadmap with the institution on how to drive these programs and make it available for your educators as well as your students within an institutions. So this program will some sort guarantee of the success of the implementation of these different offerings. This is the final slide that I have. I will be more than happy to answer your questions through the Q&A sessions, and please feel free to reach out to me on my email should you need more information or more details. Thank you again for your time, and I hope you find the session informative for you.